Now let's try to sketch the graph of transformed functions. So the question here is, describe the transformation and sketch the graph of each transformed function. So I've given you three options here. One is f of x equals to square root of minus 2x. The other one is g of x equals to absolute function half of x. And h of x is square of 1.5x. So that's a parabolic function. Here we have absolute function and a square root function. So in this exercise, I will do one of them, and the rest two, you should take them as practice problems, right? So let me start with part A, which is f of x equals to square root of minus 2x. Now, I'll show you two techniques to draw the transformed function. Now, initially, the first part of our problem here is describe the transformation, right? So let's first describe the transformation. So let's do description of the transformation, and we write transformation for this in steps. So whenever you have to write transformation, then remember you have to do multiplication first and then translations. So transformation is what in this particular case. So as we can see here, the function is f of x equals to minus 2 of x. That means the parent function is square root function, right? So parent function, that is square root function, has got two transformations here. Both are horizontal, since the changes are only within the square root. Nothing is outside. So minus shows reflection on y-axis. So the first one is reflection on y-axis, right? So that is the first transformation. And the second one is when you multiply by a factor of k, then actually it is horizontally compressed by a factor of half. So you say second is horizontal compression by factor of half, 1 over 2. So these are the two transformations for the given function, right? Now, second part is sketch the graph of each transformed function. Now our original graph here is square root x, right? So we will start with y equals to square root x as our original graph. Now the critical points which we need to consider in this graph of y equals to square root x are, you should always take some critical points which really define or identify your graph. So for this is 0, 0. So 0 square root is 0, 1 square root is 1, 4 square root is 2, and 9 square root is 3. So these are good points to take. So let's start sketching the parent function first, which is square root x. So 0, 0, you get this point, and then 1, 1, that is this point. 4 and 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 9 and 3. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1, 2, 3. So these are your points for the parent function. Right? So we can draw this line, and that is my graph for y equals to square root of x. Now, we need to transform this as per our transformation, and the transformation, as you can see, is first reflection on y-axis, second is horizontal compression by a factor of half. So both are multiplication by minus half, correct? So either way we could do first reflection and then compression, or we could do them together, right? Now in this particular case, what I will do is I will write down my transformed points first. Now as you can see, the transformation only affects x coordinates and not the y coordinates. Therefore, I will say my transformation is that this point, which is x and y, actually gets transformed so that my x points gets multiplied by minus half, right? So it's minus x by 2, and the y points remain as y, right? So in the transformed function, the points which I will get will be 0 times 0 is 0, so we get 0 and 0, that is correct. And next one is, we'll do half of this, minus half, right? So minus half will make it 1 times minus half is minus half, y remaining same. So here minus half will give me minus 2, y remaining same. And here y remaining same, that is 3. And minus half of 9 is minus 4.5. So these are my points on the transformed function, right? Which I am calling f of x, right? So on f of x, we have these points. So one way is we can straight away plot these points and get our graph, right? So I'll do that. That's easy way of doing it. So 0, 0, so you get 0, 0 here, minus half 1. So this is minus half and 1. And then I get minus 2, 2. So 1, 2, minus and 2. So we get this point. Minus 4.5 and 3. So we have, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 and 3. So this is my 4.5 and 3. And therefore, I can connect these points and draw my graph, correct? So I draw this graph, join these points like this, and say, well, this is my transformed function f of x. So I write here f of x is equals to square root of minus 2x. So that is one way of doing it. The other way is that let me show you how to do with these two things. So let's do horizontal compression by a factor of half. What does that mean? It really means that I'll bring every point half unit closer. Y value remaining same, x value we will do half of whatever it is, right? So if it is 1, it comes here, that is 0.5. This one was at 4, so it will come here, right? Moving half times here, right? So it was 4, 4 divided by 2 is 2. And this one is 9, so which will move to 4.5, which is here, because this was 4, right? So we get a function which is, let me draw dotted, this one. So this is after the first step, and I could write this as square root of 2x. So when I do square root of 2x, I get this point, dotted line. And now when I reflect it, you see this point is here and that point is there, kind of extended, I get fx minus 2x. So in 2 steps, I can do without getting the coordinate points, right? So that is how you really sketch your functions, transform functions. Now I will add a question for you here. So we've done these 2 portions. I will add a question for you, and that is, I would like you to write down domain and range of given functions. These are given transform functions, right? So try to sketch the graph of these 2 functions, and after that write down domain and range of your transform function. I hope that helps you to gain more confidence in this topic. Thank you.